if you are thinking about setting up your own business, one of the options for you is setting up a car franchise as a representative and making money that way. I am joined by one of our representatives here who I'm going to be interviewing, explaining how you can do exactly that and how you can make money for yourself as your own business through vehicle consulting. So I am joined, I'll just introduce myself. My name's Tom, I'm the head of marketing at Vehicle Consulting, and I am joined by Paul Thorley, who is one of our representatives. Paul, would you like to just give us a brief roundup of who you are and what you do?
Sure. So I'm Paul Thorley, and I head up the Vehicle Consulting Solent team. Live on the Isle of Wight by choice. We moved our family there 5 years ago for a lifestyle change. And I head up, my official title is Head of Partnerships. So I go out to look for corporate clients to help supply them with their new car or van.
Okay, so you are a representative of Vehicle Consulting. I want to talk a bit about how that works. I want to get to understand the nuts and bolts of it, how it's going to actually make money, if you can make any money from it, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, let's just get started. What does it mean to be a representative at Vehicle Consulting?
Sure, it's a great thing actually. It's like a business in a box. So you get access to, if you think of Vehicle Consulting's history, you get access to the 30, 40 years of history and experience and knowledge that the team have, and you can combine that with your own knowledge. I've been in the motor industry myself since 1995. I also used to own my own brokerage, which I developed with my wife for 10 years before we sold it. But what you basically got is a business in a box, and by that I mean you've got the 30 to 40 years of history of Vehicle Consulting dealing with the key financial players in the leasing industry. So you get access to almost every funder that can lease a vehicle, car or van in the UK. You've then got access through as a key associate with the FCA. So you trade actually under the umbrella of Vehicle Consulting as an appointed representative under their umbrella. So you get with that the compliance in dealing with finance. Obviously, it's a popular subject right now. So you get that experience of compliance. So you know what you're doing is compliant because you've got that basis there. You also get access to fleet discounts from Unit 1, which is amazing. So you can use that when you find your customer to give a great price on the product, and through a procurement tool, access to nationwide stock at a click of a button, which is really awesome. It's almost like shopping online. But it's there in front of you. So it's actually a really easy thing to do. When I say business in the box, not just you don't just get that. You get the support from the
Admin
Callum.
team.
You get support from Callum, who's obviously I don't know what he does. I don't know his job title is.
So you get something.
So yeah, cut a bit out. Yeah, so you get Callum, who's the head of introduced business. You get an amazing customer service manager who's there to own problems, and if you come across anything, again, use his experience and his training to do that. A great ops team, a great admin team, and a great finance team to enable me to do what I'm good at, which is engaging with customers, finding customers, and building relationships with them.
Okay.
So yeah, there's lots of elements to it.
Nice brief answer there.
No brief. No brief.
All right, so let me make sure I've got this right. So you have set up your own car leasing business, is that right? Is your own business?
Yes.
And you use the Vehicle Consulting brand.
Yes.
And their operational support and their access to all the finance providers. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so I mean, what do you do day to day then? Do you do anything?
Yes. So my normal days, I will go to work in my office because we started the business, my wife and I, working from home. We've grown in that couple of years. We've now got a team of 6 within our business. One that helps with our internal administration, and one helps with pricing when I'm going out to tender. And I've got 2 salespeople because our inquiry level's good because we've grown what we're doing. So I manage my sales team myself, but I also manage the relationships between for ourselves and our end users, our customers that we've found. And I also then seek new business through referral recommendation and go and get those new partners, because we see it as a two-way partnership. We don't sell. We provide a solution to a company to help them with their fleet, or their one car or one van, with all sorts of solutions. So my day-to-day involvement is seeking new customers, maintaining an existing database, and everything revolves around that, really. That's all I have to do.
Okay.
I don't have to deal with the complaints side of the business. I don't have to deal with the the ordering of cars, or bogged down with anything like that. I used to in my previous job, but now I can just focus on doing what I love, is establishing business relationships with business owners and their employees, looking after them and growing that from there.
Okay. And do you deal with, is it business to customer, is it business to business, or a bit of both?
We can do a bit of both. We chose to do a business to business scheme because from preference, really. We love business relationships and we want to see that grow. The evolution of transport as it's happening now is the electrification of transport. We see that as a key growth area for business, but also in terms of sustainability in our local area and beyond. And we get a lot of pleasure out of helping businesses, and we manage that change for those businesses.
Okay, so you're helping people in businesses lease cars through the business primarily. That's what you do, right?
That's exactly what we do, yes.
And I mean, how do you do your networking and find new customers?
So we find our customers. So a bit old-fashioned B2B. So we go to physical networking. So we're heavily invested in our local chambers of commerce. I actually live on the Isle of Wight, as I mentioned, by choice. So our Isle of Wight Chamber of Commerce is very vibrant and active, and we have a lot of customer bases from there. We're also in the Hampshire Chamber of Commerce as well, and then we go into the BNI groups.
Okay.
So how you would want to meet businesses to help a solution. We very active on LinkedIn. Again, both of individuals and as a company, as our sole branch. Getting the message out, what we can do, how we can help people, where their pain points are in terms of the vehicles and staff retention, etc., and talk about a flexible solution.
Okay, and you've mentioned staff retention and things like that. So quite complicated. Is it complicated? I mean, what are you selling there?
So we have a salary sacrifice product which is championed by head office, and which has been obviously heavily invested in time and resource. So salary sacrifice is quite simply the current best and fastest growing staff retention and attraction tool there is. It's effectively where the employee takes a vehicle and sacrifices part of their salary pre-tax, which the company then finances for them, and they get a new car.
And you are able to sell that to businesses and set it up in businesses, and you get the commission from the cars through that scheme. Is that right?
Yeah, so we earn money by introducing business to the finance companies, and for each successful delivery that we get a remuneration for that. We have full flexibility in terms of what business we can approach, and there's no involvement, interference, or anything like that from anybody at head office, and we have all the tools available to. So if I was sitting with Tom, if it was you and your own business and you wanted one car for you, I've got a solution. If Tom managed a FTSE 100 business with a £100 million turnover and you had 10,000 staff, I've got a solution for you.
Okay, that's interesting. So I mean, while we're on the subject of making money, so salary sacrifice is, you set that up in businesses. That's one option. How explain to us how dealing with smaller clients, like you said, if it's me with one, I'm my own business.
Sure.
How do you make money that way?
Sure. Well, it's the same process. So your car or your van, your one car or one van is worth as much to me personally and our business as any other businesses, because it's providing you that solution. We believe that if we give you an amazing product, an amazing price, and really look after you, you're going to tell everybody about that, and we grow from referral and recommendation. So we've got a solution for you, and the benefit for you is we're not brand biased. So we've got every brand that you can think of, including some that you've never even heard of before, including brands that come into the UK marketplace fast that we can help you with. We have the stock at a touch of a button, so we can give you factual information that's live, and we have fleet pricing from Unit 1. So where you may go into, if you were looking for a Peugeot 208 and you're going into the Peugeot garage, you might buy one car in 3 years. We're there. We can put you on our fleet terms, and we can give you that discount on the car and procure that car for you cheaper than you can, and then give you an unbiased finance option, because we have multiple finance, a panel of multiple funders at our disposal, and we can make sure we pair the right car, the right finance product for you.
Okay, so am I right in thinking that the reason someone would get a car through yourself, if they want it through their own business, as opposed to going direct to the dealer, is because you have access to multiple financiers, they tend to get a good deal? Is that how it works?
It is. It's. This is our speciality. This is our profession. This is what we do. So we live and breathe financing new cars. We're not brand biased, so again we can give you impartial advice. We answer the phone, we answer your email, and we talk to you. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. And I've been in this industry for a long time. The group's been together collectively for a long time, and all that experience and know-how we can pass on to you to make it an easy solution for you. So you haven't got to, there's a report out online that if visiting the car dealership is worse than going to the dentist. Because and you don't have to do that. It's convenient. You can get all the information about the car online now. You can find so many reviews through YouTube and all sorts of other platforms where the information that you can gather for specification, performance, measurements, etc. is all there. And the amount of people that take a car without test driving it would surprise many people. It's very high because they trust the information they've got. So it's just easy. We're reliable. We're on the end of the phone, and our SLAs that we put in place, it means that we come back to you within a certain period of time, knowing that you're going to get a great service.
Okay, so I mean, talked a little bit about what's in it for the customer, which sounds great. I mean, what's in it for you as a representative? What do you enjoy about having your business set up this way, where you're using a brand that's already set up?
Well, to set up a brand now is a lot of money. So if we went to market to get our new brand, particularly in this industry, it's a lot of money to start the brand. There's all sorts of tools. You've then got to think, how am I going to offer my customers an unrivaled selection of funding panel of
funders.
You then got to think, how am I going to offer my customer a panel of funders? Because to get that, you've got to have trading history. To get trading history, you've got to have funders. So it's like the hamster wheel. So if I was setting up a business now, I did set up a leasing brokerage 12, 15 years ago myself. To go through that now would be a very difficult task, because the funders that we use now are maxed out. They're not looking to take new businesses on without trading history. So I would struggle to get that. I then got to try and find a procurement tool to find out where am I going to get the cars from, what's the best price for the customer, how do I get them a fleet discount without the trading history and the reputation. So I have to say I wouldn't want to be doing that now myself, and this for me would be the right option to go down if you wanted to be involved in the vehicle leasing world. So to set up now would cost a lot of money and a lot of time, whereas this is it's not quite ready made, because you do need to put some effort in yourself. You need to understand and learn the product. You need to go through the compliance and understand how the system works. But that's just learning. It's like learning anything. So if you've got that passion and desire to do that, and you've got that get up and go, and you want to deal with customers in this industry, then it's just such you could get going quite quickly, and use the brand. Use the group as a brand to say, actually, this is me, this is what I do. So this is me, I'm Paul, and this is what I can do for you. And behind me are these amazing people, this solid team of experienced, knowledgeable, and reputable people.
Okay. And in terms of how much freedom you get, you said it's your own business. I mean, how much freedom do you get in terms of what content you can make, for example?
So the content that we can make for socials, obviously we have brand guidelines, which is vital, because and we want the brand guidelines. We want people to actually, this is Paul from Vehicle Consulting, and this is what Paul from Vehicle Consulting can do together. So there's brand guidelines, but there's obviously as well legislation we have to follow. There's advertising standards, there's ISO standards, and and guidelines from the FCA and the BVRLA. So we have to follow those. But other than that, there's nothing. We can, if I want to choose to just market white Citroen dispatch panel vans, that's what I can do. If I want to choose just to market pure electric vehicles, that's what I do, and that's all I've chosen to do, and that's fine. I don't get any interference in terms of, actually, Paul, have you seen these Range Rover diesels? You should be marketing them, or this is the price that you should be doing these for, or can you we need to move these. Can you do this? There's nothing of that whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm asking the question as if I don't know, but
Yeah.
obviously I am the head of marketing, so I do have an idea. But I mean, from my point of view, I try and encourage the representatives to utilize social media as much as they can. I'm a big fan of video, which is why we're doing a video right now. So would you say that if you are, quite handy on social media, whether it's LinkedIn or TikTok or whatever, this can be a real opportunity for someone like that?
Yeah, so we've been going for 2.5 years. We've been growing for 2.5 years, and our business has grown dramatically. We spent our outgoing advertising spend is zero. We built our business around social media. We're not on TikTok yet, but we will be very soon. Thank you. So I built my personal brand around LinkedIn. We have a company page on LinkedIn as well, and I talk about on LinkedIn the things that matter to me, that I care about, and which I feel is important. I'm very passionate about the electrification of transport, and I want to share my message of positivity and how I can help other people share my positivity and make that change themselves. So. And social media is a great place to do that. We also, I'm heavily involved in Facebook groups and chats on there, and again, engaging with people who are looking for help. They don't know where to go to. They might have a small business of 5 or 10 people. They want an electric vehicle. They don't know the best way of doing it. So yeah, you can really grow your brand instantly. Social media is instant if you get it right. Just a bit of research and give it the time it deserves. It's not just a quick, I've just got 2 minutes, let's have a quick scroll and post this. That's, plan your content and plan it like there's 1 million people watching, because there might be one day.
Yeah, I mean, there are 1 million people watching on some of our videos. Yeah. And just sticking on the subject of how much freedom you get, what about things like setting up your own office and things like that? Can you work where you want?
Yeah, so we set up, we started working from home, and it was literally 2 laptops in a spare room at home, and grew very quickly. We then got to a small office. We're in our 4th office now in 2.5 years, because we've grown so much in the team, and we've now got a presence. But no one from head office has been to visit our offices. In fact, I think the only reason they know where we are is because it's on our invoices when we send for remuneration, and we've obviously shared it on social media. So yeah, there's. You can. I guess you can work wherever you wanted to, as long as you're in the laws of the land. I guess.
Yeah. So, would you say? I mean, from your experience, anywhere in the UK?
Anywhere in the UK. I live on the Isle of Wight. It's an island 23 miles by 10, which people think is a bucket and spade holiday destination, but it's actually home to some amazing, affluent and growing businesses.
I mean, that seems to have worked out really well for you, because you seem to be. I've almost taken over the car leasing world in the Isle of Wight. Would you say maybe a bit?
Well,
far.
So my message has been clear. I love to meet people. I think I'm quite nice to people. I listen to people. I respect people's views, and I quite like to share what we do. And that's worked for us. Again, Chamber of Commerce has really helped. There's other local networking businesses, the BNI, and there's a couple of others where you talk to people and engage with people, and people listen or choose not to. And then knowing your customer is vital, and knowing who's going to listen to you and who's not is also vital. But yeah, so.
But it doesn't have to be like a huge urban environment necessarily, does it?
No, because if it's just one of you doing this, how many customers can you look after? How many customers do you need? To depends what you want to do, I guess, with your business. But we've got growth plans. We believe in where we are and the product that we've got. We've mapped out what we want to do to scale it, and we couldn't do that without the tools we get given. We get, and we feel very lucky we've got those given. But yeah, you can. It's like anything. You can choose to lock yourself away in a room and not engage with anybody at all locally, and go for a national or regionalised social media campaign, and Google campaign, I guess, or radio or TV, whatever you wanted to do.
Yep.
Or you can do a blend of both. And for me, meeting people is brilliant. So I enjoy that part of it. And yes, the Isle of Wight is we were going to the Isle of Wight for holidays for 40 years, and we are absolutely amazed of how welcoming the business community was to us, and how encouraging and how we've grown. And we've now got businesses on the Isle of Wight that are taking that have got 10 to 20 vehicles each. We never expected that. That was a real shock to us, but we only found that out by going into the business community and finding these people and talking about what we do and offering this is what we can do, and this is a solution, because they all drive vehicles. The pest control companies and the alarm companies and the EPOS companies, they all drive vehicles. They all need vans for the technicians and stuff as well. So.
Yep. Okay, we've talked a little bit about what you do get from vehicle consulting. You get access to the finance providers, the procurement system, the CRMs, the compliance advice. What don't you get from vehicle consulting?
You don't get interference, which we spoke about. But the biggest thing is you don't get any leads. There's no database. There's no, Paul, this customer's interested in X amount of vehicles, because vehicle consulting have their own team. They have their own representatives that are looking after their database. So what we have to do is find our customer and talk about what we do. And that's my job. So my head of partnerships is just that. So mine's getting my message out, or our message out as a group, who we are, what we do, and how we can help people, and building that database up and creating our own funnel. That's my and everyone else's key role in what we do. Because you can have the best tools, which we do have. We have the best tools to do this job. If you're not going to do anything with those tools, if you are a plumber or a carpenter and you had the best tools and the best van, but if you didn't go and meet customers, if you didn't go and quote people, if you didn't go and try and market yourself, no one knows how good you are. No one knows what product you've got. So that's what you have to do. You have to go out there. I'm not just going to go and get these best tools and sit there and have it all given to me, because why would that happen?
Okay, so you're going out, getting leads for yourself, starting conversations, particularly with businesses for yourself.
Yes.
And getting conversations started, and eventually getting in and setting up car leases within businesses.
Yeah, sometimes it happens quick. Sometimes you find the customer who's in the need for a car or a van now. They're looking for a quick solution. But what we focused on is building for the one-day customer, not today, but one day. So we're building that so people, again, know the brand, knowing us, knowing what we can, and when they're ready to, having that gravitas kind of thing. Essentially, yeah, we're going to go to vehicle consulting seller because this is what they can do for us.
Okay, let's talk about what kind of person this would actually work for. I mean, do you need any particular skill set to be able to do this, would you say?
You need to be able to talk to people. You need to be able to listen to people. Listening is something we're not good at as humans, as we all know. And so you need to understand what that customer wants you to do. You've got to be driven. You've got to expect knocks, because running a business, whether you've got somebody behind you as a friend, as a brand, as a group such as vehicle consulting, isn't easy. If it was easy, you'd have 1 million franchisees. So you've got to be self-started. You've got to be passionate about what you're doing. You've got to have the most unbelievable self-belief in your own ability and your own decisions, and then you've got to be determined to make it work and be able to express your message to the right people and to get them to understand who you are and what you are. So you've got to, it would suit, my background's B2B, and it has been for ages, and hospitality. So I'm used to engaging with people, listening to people, talking to people, and helping people. So to me, that's the kind of thing. Do you need any finance experience? I don't think you do. Because the skill sets that's involved at head office and in the group, and their knowledge is transferable. It's teachable in terms of experts in their field and experience, and they can help you and guide you into that into that knowledge. But again, you've got to teach yourself something. You've got to learn. You've got to look up what terminology is, look at what it is. And it's, we live in an age now where self-education is the easiest it's ever been, with TikTok, with YouTube Shorts and YouTube and all sorts of Google searches to find that right information.
Okay, so I mean, one thing that we do in particular is make short form video, and we talk a lot about salary sacrifice in particular, which is one of our big products that we sell. Would you say that you have to you get that videos and things from the head office, but you have to really put effort into learning it yourself?
Yeah, if somebody's come to you and said, "Oh, tell me about this product," you've got to be able to answer that. You can't say, "Oh, well, Tom and Mike have done this video, so watch this," because then that person will want to deal with Tom and Mike. Why aren't they dealing with Paul? What doesn't Paul know what he's doing? So it's really important you understand the product that you've got, so you can talk about it with the confidence. You can talk about it and answer the questions that people's got. And so, specifically salary sacrifice, I've been on this journey. I started salary sacrifice, or it wasn't called that then, really. 2018. I wrote this map out what I wanted to do. So I've learned that. So I've answered so many silly questions about this product, and there's very rarely someone that says to me, "Oh, tell me about this." And if I can't answer that, I go and find it out. I go and learn, and I'm loving learning that journey. I had a real specific question last week about balance sheet. So I went to an accountant to get the exact information, and I shared that information with my customer. And he's like, "That's amazing. I've been looking for this for 6 months." So
interesting. Would you say that this, for example, someone who has got a background of working in the car industry is looking to go on their own? Would this work for someone like that?
Yeah, it definitely would. Again, as long as they're a self-starter. Traditionally in the car industry, I was in the car industry, so I can say this with some gravitas, because you sit in the desk as a new car salesperson. You sit in the desk, and the sign above the door bring national people in. The nationwide advertising brings people in. So the chances are you're going to get custom coming in. So you're used to doing that. So once the customer's in, you're used to talking to them. So you've got to learn to get their own customer. Lots of fleet people in car dealerships, it would be amazing for them because they're used to going out into their local area, speaking to local businesses, and engaging with them for the product they own. But
this is quite different from someone who might have worked in a Ford dealership, for example, where you have got that footfall naturally. You've got to make your own footfall in a way, haven't you?
Yeah, knowing how to speak to people and treat people is definitely a key element. Some finance knowledge is obviously handy, but actually not necessarily, because can you teach an old dog new tricks? If someone's been doing something for 10, 20 years in a certain way, is this product right for them? That's questionable, in all honesty, because if they've always done, let's say, PCP, for example, or people who've always sold cars, this is leasing vehicles, so it's slightly different.
Would you say that someone who's good at B2B lead generation doesn't necessarily know loads about cars? Would it be good for that kind of person?
I would say so, yes. As long as they know how to, but it's all right getting the leads in. You've got to know how to look after them. So again, understanding what they want. Again, it's old-fashioned. So it's a modern product. We've got a modern product, but the old-fashioned values are still there. It's speaking to people and listening to people, listening to their problems and providing a solution.
Yep.
As long as you can get that, this is definitely the right opportunity for you to you can choose to have a lifestyle business. We set off for a lifestyle business. It's not a lifestyle business. We have a proper growing business, which I know we've got a plan to grow and a strategy in place for the next 18 months to 5 years. So you can make it whatever you wanted it to be, because you've got all those tools to do that. If you've got the opportunity to know how to get lead gen in, and that skill, absolutely.
Would you say lead gen is more important or car knowledge?
Lead gen is more important than car knowledge. I actually know very little about cars themselves. I don't need to, and that goes back to the consumer. The consumer will know. If the consumer wants to test the Model Y, the consumer would have been on Tesla's website. The chances are he's been on YouTube. He's done Top Gear car reviews. He's found, there's so many resources, TikTok, Instagram. There's people reviewing cars. So the chances are they'll know what colour it's what's in, and they're looking for the best provider to give a balance of, I want to go with you. So no, I don't think car knowledge is vital at all.
I think that if there are people watching this who are LinkedIn lead generation gurus, this would be perfect for them, because they know their way around
Sorry,
LinkedIn.
the gory word is.
Yeah, but if you are looking for something to apply that guru-ness to, this is a perfect opportunity, right?
If you're on LinkedIn and you understand how the algorithm works with LinkedIn, you understand how to act and how not to, that's two different things.
Yep.
And you can get people to listen to your. If you can get people to listen to your voice and believe what you're saying, that is an amazing skill to have, and you are more than halfway there. Because we put if you are wanting an electric car, you're worried about. I'm going there. You're worried about them catching fire. You're worried about how the batteries are mined. You're worried about the weight and the collapsing car parks. If you've got those solutions, if you've got those factual answers to that, and people come to you, you're there or thereabouts, and you're on that journey, and they're listening to you. You can edit with that bit if you want to.
No, I like that.
I had to go with that.
If you wanted to learn more about what vehicle consulting actually sells, where would you look?
If it was me, obviously the vehicle website, the vehicle consulting homepage, I would also look at their social media pages, because a website, let's be honest, websites are really boring, aren't they? They're boring places to be because you're just reading stuff like that and looking at pictures. Video's great because you're listening to people and I know the head office I know you do lots of video. It tells a story, tells you the kind of people that work there and what they do and the solutions. So yeah, I would look at the social media pages for the group for sure, and maybe reach out to someone like me or to other people within who've got a similar setup to us to see how their experience is and what they do differently or what they like and what they don't like. Nothing's perfect, but this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you do want to learn more about what we do make a real effort on social media, particularly TikTok and LinkedIn, YouTube as well. Just search for Vehicle Consulting and we'll come up. We've got loads of videos. You can learn pretty much about everything we do. It'll give you a really good idea of what we actually sell and how we work as a business. Last question for you, Paul. Would you recommend becoming a representative at Vehicle Consulting?
Definitely, yeah. It's a good decision we made. And we're really glad we're doing it. We're really happy. It's a two-way communication. And I missed this out. One thing I really like, everyone at head office, the decision makers, the senior leadership team, listen to us. They take on board our suggestions, our comments, our praise, and our criticism. And that's it feels like a two-way partnership. So if you want to do this, if you want to get involved in the leasing industry with little risk, and have all the tools behind you, it's a great decision.
Okay, thank you very much. If you want to get in touch, you can send us a direct message on any of our social media, whether it's LinkedIn, TikTok. Those are the two best ones. Or you can go on a website, which is vehicleconsulting.com, fill in a form and get in touch with us that way. We're happy to hear from you and looking for people to become representatives, so please do get in touch. Anything more to add to that, Paul?
Nothing whatsoever.
Perfect. Right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.